कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौरा भक्तवृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौरा भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, repeat. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. बोलो हर नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय. हिज होलीनेस कदम कानन स्वामी महाराज की, श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की जय. हरे कृष्ण. It's okay. It's okay. Thanks. Hare Krishna. So, may I ask everyone to turn a little around? It's okay if we not sit up front to Srila Prabhupada and Kadamba Kanana Swami, but we're also not supposed to sit with the back to the deities. So, please consider to turn a little around. We don't commit offenses to Krishna. He's the most important after all. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. All together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Last time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Kadamba Kanana Swami ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, oh Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Sing, sing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की, शिला प्रभुपाद की, नित्य गौर प्रेमानंदी, His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami की. Jai Anila Premadana Karuna Prachu Jai Anila Karuna Prachu Hano Prabhu Kota Gala Acharya Thakur Hano Prabhu Kota Gala Acharya Thakur Kahamora Swarup Rupa Kahasanatam Kahamora Swarup Rupa Kahasanatam Kahata Saraku Nata Tatita Bhavan Kahata Saraku Nata Tatita Bhavan Jayanilo Pramadana Karuna Prachu Jayanilo Pramadana Karuna Prachu Kahamora Bata Juga Kahakaviraj Kamora Bata Juga Kahakaviraj Ekakola Ekote Yela Goranataraj Jayanilo Pramadana Karuna Prachu Jayanilo Pashane Kuti Bomata Anale Pashibo Garanga Gunera Niti Kotagela Pabo Garanga Gunera Niti Kotagela Pabo Jayanilo Pramadana Karuna Prachu Se sabe sangira sangue Je quello pila Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Kanana Maharaj ki.
Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivakacharya Asatara Sata's Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivakacharya Asatara Sata's Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Anantakoti Vaisnava Vrinda ki. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem Sikha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadara Shiva Sadigora Bhaktavrinda ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki. Shri Ganga Devi ki. Yamuna Devi ki. His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami ki. His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami Memorial Service ki. Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Welcome to this memorial service of His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being here. Let's create an atmosphere in which we can remember Maharaj. We're going to give devotees a chance to share. There's not so much time, so please give me a notice if you want to make an offering. We will have more programs. There's also the Vyasa Puja in about 1 month time, where we also will have a lot of time to share. So if you cannot share today, then we'll do it the next time. But thank you so much for coming. We want to watch the video that Maharaj recorded about 1 week before his departure. It's called The Last Message. And Kamsari is going to help us to put it on the screen. Danke Marai, can you please press play? Hopefully the sound will be okay. The last message. Try with the microphone. Sorry, we haven't.
Where all of us were together. Om Gyatimirandasya Kanandana Salakaya Saksur Mena Tasmai Sigurave Namaha Bancha Kalpatrubhyacha Kripa Sindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Once Maharaj Pariksit was roaming his kingdom and came across a terrible scene. A scene where a cow had been attacked by some low-class dark man dressed like a king, who had with a stick broken the legs of dark man dressed like a king, who had with a stick broken the legs of a bull. Maharaj Pariksit, being a valiant king, immediately took action and was ready to fight that man in the royal dress. None other than Kali personified. Kali, instead of fighting, immediately fell at the feet of the king like a subordinate, not ready to fight. Maharaj Pariksit took full action and said Kali could not stay in the kingdom. Kali said, "What will I do? I took shelter. I am Praja. I exist. I've taken birth. I need to exist somewhere. Where can I exist?" Maharaj Pariksit said, "You can stay in 4 places. There where there is gambling, meat eating, illicit sex, and intoxication. There was no such place. Kali couldn't find such a place, so came back and said, where will I stay? Then Maharaj Pariksit said, okay, you can stay where gold is stored. From this 16th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada phrased the 4 regulative principles, which he formally introduced for his followers. As Srila Prabhupada was preaching to the modern world. He spelled it out. What to follow to become free from the influence of the age of Kali. Then Mahaprabhu gave the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of the holy name, and not only that, Katanchana Smriti Yasmin Duskaram Sukaram Bhavit. He also added his mercy and made what is difficult easy. And so, the fundamental tenets of Krishna consciousness for the modern world took shape. 16 rounds minimum and 4 regulative principles. You all are the fortunate people, because you all came in touch with transcendental knowledge and with Vaishnavas. And as a result, you took up this process of sadhana bhakti, chanting Hare Krishna and following 4 regulative principles. Who in this world is prepared to live like that? But by Srila Prabhupada's and his followers' inspiration, we were ready. You were ready. You became the heroes. You are walking a heroic path, most glorious. Everything is blessed on the way. Nothing could be better. What a wonderful life have you been given. So I am very glad that I could be instrumental to inspire you to remain on that path. And through my written, recorded words, recorded kirtan, and all else that remains behind, through the memories in your heart, I will continue to inspire you to stay on this path, through thick and thin. When all is blissful, when all is struggle, do not waver. It is, you got the greatest treasure. Never forget. Nowhere in this world is there such wealth. The wealthiest man in the world is a pauper. You have the real wealth. Treasure it. Relish it. Cherish it. Hold it close. Hold it close. Don't become slack, neglectful. Hold it close. Chant every day. Here every day. Carve these principles in stone. Let them be there every day. And your life will be wonderful. And at the end, go back to Godhead, and we can physically reunite and celebrate there like we've never celebrated before. So looking forward to the great, great festival that is to come, where all of us will together and celebrate to another dimension, where the bliss will rise to levels never seen, never heard of. That time is not far away. Life is short. Prabhupada said, just give this one life to me. Please do that. Just give it. And everything will become most amazing. I'm saying goodbye to you for just a short time. For when we will be, I'll stay with you in my words and memories. I'll be with you on the path. And I'm waiting for you on the other end to meet you again in person. Soon, soon, miracles will happen. Soon, we will see love. We will see bliss. We will see fulfillment beyond our imagination, beyond our expectation. Remember Dhruva. When he met the Lord, all his previous expectations, he said, they're like broken pieces of glass. You gave me jewels. All we ever desired were broken pieces of glass. The Lord will give us jewels. Oh, stay on the path. Don't get lost. Come quickly. Let us join this festival of Krishna, the festival of unlimited, ever-growing love. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna. Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami Guru Maharaj Ki. Hi. So welcome again. So that we have a nice atmosphere in which we can share and listen to each other. If you have children with you and they become noisy, please make sure they get quiet or take them outside. It's your responsibility. Don't let them run around, please. Also, if people come into the temple that are not aware that this program is going on, please make them aware. Please ask them to be quiet. It is a public place and we're having a memorial service for Maharaj, and we would not like that to be disturbed. So the program from now, we don't have so much time because the temple closes at 1. So from now, for 1 hour until 12:30, we have sharing of glorification and memories of of Guru Maharaj, of Maharaj. And after that, we will do Aarti, Guru Puja, and Pushpanjali and Guru Puja. And then at 1 o'clock, there will be a wonderful feast served outside of the temple. And hopefully we can sit in the car park and inside, and we can spend some more time connecting with each other. So I would like to ask Patapana Prabhu if he could start the sharing of glorification. Jai Shri, would you like to share as well? No? So Patapana Prabhu will start the sharing, and then from there we will... Abhi, you can be second. And just nod at me or make me aware that you want to share.
Kadamba Kanana Maharaj Ki Jai. Being a Prabhupada disciple, I know the pain. I know the pain of the separation of your beloved spiritual master. That pain is always there. Pain of separation. But like Maharaj was saying, I live through my instructions, I live through my kirtans, I live through my example, I'm always with you. And so that's great solace. And with Srila Prabhupada, we also know that he's always with us at every moment. And even though he's not physically present, he's always present in so many different ways. So, on one side, it's a great personal tragedy in a way, but at the other side, we know where he is. We know he's with Prabhupada, and we know he's with Krishna, and that is a great celebration. And so, we're the unfortunate ones, because we're still stuck here in the material world. He's the fortunate one now, because he is with Krishna. And what a wonderful soul. That first stanza in the Narottam Das Thakur's song, where he was talking about he who has bought the treasure of divine love, who has bought with compassion and mercy, where is such a great personality now? And we know where he is with Krishna and with Prabhupada. And so, what a wonderful personality he was. What a glorious preacher right through his life. His whole life was dedicated to spreading Krishna consciousness. And he was so loved. He had so much love in him, and accordingly, wherever he went, he was loved. And in his departure, hundreds of thousands of devotees all over the world have come to show their love and respect for him, because he was an amazing personality. Maharaj and I go back a long way. 1978, I do believe, was when I first saw Maharaj. He wasn't a Maharaj then, he was a Bhakta in the Amsterdam temple in the Herengracht. I think it was 1978. And decades later, I still remember him. And when I spoke to him about it, he said, "How do you remember me?" And I said, "Because you look so Dutch." He does look Dutch. And so I always remembered his face, although I was just passing through Holland at the time. But since that time, we've had sweet and personal relationships over the decades. And I was just going to read from you some of my latest correspondence with Maharaj, because he was so sweet and kind and generous. And although he had thousands of disciples and was so busy, he always took the time for every person to give them special attention. And who am I down here in Sydney? He's somewhere else on the planet, but he's interacting with me, and we're not even actually involved so much in service together at this point in time. So I'll just read you a little bit of the correspondence I've had with Maharaj. What's that? Changing glasses. This is called old age. So this was about last year. He wrote to me, he said, "Dear Patapana Babu, I've heard that you are facing health problems," because last year I was combating cancer. And so he wrote to me and said, "I hear that you're facing health problems. Without wanting to burden you with inquiry or advice, I'm definitely praying for your recovery, and may you be spared a lot of suffering." So here he is, so busy, so involved with so much important preaching, and he takes the time to send me a good wishing message like that, which is so sweet. He said, "Over the years I've gained more and more respect for all that you have done for Prabhupada's movement." Well, we all make mistakes. So I wrote back to him, "Thank you, Maharaj, for your prayers and kind words. I'm like the firefly compared to the sun of your wonderful preaching you are doing all over the world." And then recently, after his latest kind of revelations as to the stage of his cancer, he wrote back and said, well, I wrote to him actually. I said, "Hare Krishna Kadamba Kanana Maharaj, our humble obeisances to you and all the wonderful service that you have done and continue to do for our glorious Srila Prabhupada. He must be so pleased with you. It will be a great loss for us when you depart this hideous material world, but such a joy for you. We are truly sorry to hear of your upcoming departure." Then he writes back to me and says, he always wrote to myself and to Jayashree. He was not misogynistic in any way. He treated everyone equally, both men and women. "Dear Patapana and Jayashree, obeisances Jai Srila Prabhupada, really happy to hear from you. I'm fondly remembering all the wonderful preaching you are doing. There is so much mercy to get and to share in this movement. It is very wonderful. You really did something in Sydney." And then I wrote back to him, of course. "Dear Kadamba Kanana Maharaj, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, who is an ocean of mercy and who has stolen our hearts with his love. And all glories to you, who has dedicated every breath to spreading that love to every corner of the world. In comparison to you, Maharaj, my efforts seem very puny and insignificant. I know within my heart that Prabhupada will be there with you when you take your last breath. And I take your hand and take you to Krishna. My regret is that we didn't get to spend more time together, as the moments that we did share were wonderful, and I can remember them all so vividly as if it was yesterday. How beautiful was our last exchange at Madhavani's initiation. You were so kind and loving towards me. I can't be physically in your presence now, but you are there in my heart and shall always be there. I pray to Krishna that we will be together again when we return home. You are in my prayers and in my heart. I love you and ask for your forgiveness for all the offenses that I have committed and any neglect that I have shown to you during your visits to Sydney. I now regret that I didn't take more advantage of your association during that time. You are my dear brother, my dear friend, and I send you all my love and blessings for your onward journey. Your friend and well-wisher, Pratapanadas. And P.S. When you see Krishna, would you please put in a good word for me? And so I was fortunate. Sorry. I was fortunate to be able to have those moments together with Maharaj, even though we had a distance between us. We were able to have share those beautiful moments together. And all my moments with Maharaj were always sweet, all the way back from 1978 for almost 50 years. So many loving, wonderful exchanges that we had during our time together. And I'm going to miss him dearly, as we all will. And we appreciate what a wonderful personality he is. But as I say, we all know where he is now. He's partying hard up there with Krishna. All glories to Kadamba Kanana Maharaj. Jai.
His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Maharaj Ki. Thank you, Patapana Prabhu. I took Maharaj several times to your programs at your ashram or at your house, and Maharaj could always really appreciate the situation you had created for so many people. So easily accessible, opulent, comfortable, normal. He would tell me in the car that he really appreciated that, and he would wish that more of ISKCON was like that. So thank you for your contribution. Jai. Abhidaya?
Very short, sorry. Do you want me just to hold it? Yeah, I'll just hold it. Thank you. Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. I'll keep it brief to make more time for others. In the last few days, we have seen global outpourings of love for His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Maharaj, not just from his disciples, but from all of ISKCON and beyond. And a lot of the focus goes on Maharaj's kirtan, which is completely understandable. Maharaj's kirtan can transport you somewhere else. It gives you a glimpse beneath the curtain of misconception. But for me, what truly attracted me to Maharaj wasn't the kirtan. It was the testimonies of the Gurukul kids who have fond memories of Maharaj as the Vrindavan temple president. It was the way he managed and led with meticulous honesty and attention to detail, even called upon to extinguish the fire of corruption. I was comforted by the way Maharaj treated his spiritual daughters, me and us, as valuable members of ISKCON, capable of making a meaningful contribution. Maharaj once told me that my preaching was cutting edge, and he supported me in all of my services. Excuse me. I marveled at Maharaj's resilience, that despite so many obstacles that were there, including a bullet, he continued unshaken in his Krishna consciousness and with a humble service attitude. I was inspired by Maharaj's total commitment to Srila Prabhupada and his spiritual master. He followed instructions even when they were uncomfortable, like giving up his precious guitar playing. So my meditations on Maharaj are multifaceted. Yes, the kirtan is there, and it's truly wonderful and out of this world. But so many other things are there, and that I've just described, and there's more. I can't take the time, but there's so many. And I truly connected with all these things on a personal, deep and spiritual level. And I consider myself to be completely fortunate to have been your disciple, Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna, everyone.
His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami Guru Maharaj Ki. Thank you, Abhidaya. Thank you. We were talking this morning in the car when we came here from Govinda Valley how Maharaj was so able to be with everyone and to be with everyone on their level, to usually our surprise, and how he was able to be with Goswamis in Vrindavan, highly learned scholars, be with them, and then be with everybody else as well. And nobody was not enough for him, or too low for him, or not interesting enough for him. This was truly remarkable. I met Maharaj here in Sydney Temple for the first time, probably 2004, I guess it was. And Admirama told me that he is from Holland as well. I'm from Holland, so we just were talking Dutch. And we were just talking. No philosophy, just talking. Where are you from in Holland? Oh, you're from the south. That's where the farmers live. I'm from the north near Amsterdam. You know? And like that, we had such a effortless communication over the years. Yes, with instructions, yes, with strictness, and with so much ease and so much effortless. I remember going once to Radhadesh with my parents, and I asked my mother to make an apple pie for Maharaj. At that time, he could still eat more or less anything, and my mom's apple pie was good. It was good. So she made a big apple pie, and we went to his room in Radhadesh, and she offered him a piece. He thought I should serve it, and he said, no, you serve it, ma'am. In Dutch, of course, because my parents are from Holland. And he took one piece, and then he said, please give me another one. And my mom was also talkative. She said, ho, you're not going to eat the whole cake, are you? But it was so sweet. He was, when we, on the way back to my town in Holland, my parents were saying, he was so normal. How is he a spiritual teacher? Because he had just been talking with them about their life and about making them feel really comfortable, not telling them to do this or to do that or to leave this or to leave that. And for their life, they remembered him and they really liked him. So this was really the art of Maharaj. And as one devotee shared in his offering on Facebook, why can't we all be more like Kadamba Kanana Swami? Kunteya Prabhu? He said he was able to address delicate topics. He was not shy to address things. He was not a walkover at all. And he was able to remain friends with everyone and respectful. He had no enemies. Maybe when the bullet came, he had enemies at that time. But after that, he learned also. He used everything he used in order to become this accessible, kind, inspiring, empowering guru and teacher and friend. Amazing. Thank you, Maharaj. Jayadev Prabhu, would you like to share?
Hare Krishna. Kadamba Kanana Maharaj Ki Jai. I'm a child of Kali Yuga, actually. I don't come from Indian background. I'm not cultured in this sense. I broke all principles in very early age. I had no idea about sense or mind control or whatever. And I was not even caring about it. So I was pretty lost already in very early age in this society. And it was Srila Prabhupada who saved my life. It was Srila Prabhupada who, by his mercy, by instructing his disciples, by his books, saved my life and gave me an alternative in life. But I couldn't make it on my own. I couldn't make it. I loved Bhagavad Gita, and I started chanting. But I was still so conditioned. And actually, Kadamba Kanana Swami, he gave me shelter and guidance in my life. When I met Maharaj first time, it was 2001, I think. I was still a bhakta at that time, trying to figure out how to stop smoking. And I was picking him up at the Munich airport in Germany. I'm from Germany. I was picking him up from the airport, and as I heard before, he was just there as a person, the opposite of stiff. He was just there as a kind-hearted, gentle, funny person who offered me a relationship. And I met him again and again for many years. Once in Berlin, Maharaj said to me, Jayadev, I was initiated by that time, Jayadev, this society needs heroes, actually. This society needs people that are willing to make a change. I was scared. And it was still difficult for me. It was still difficult for me to take up the process wholeheartedly. I was struggling with my own conditionings for so many years, for decades actually. I still am. But Kadamba Kanana Swami gave me guidance how to embrace the four regulative principles and the process of chanting Hare Krishna. And in this way, he gave me so much. It's hard to describe. To rise above the lower modes of nature, first of all, means to come to happiness in life. To being trapped in the lower modes is so conditioning that, there's just misery. So coming to the mode of goodness step by step means to find happiness in life. So Maharaj gave me happiness, for sure. And he gave me a process that taught me to connect to myself, to my spiritual self, to the spiritual self of others, and to the Supreme Spirit. It's a strange day, I think, because on one hand, it's just our duty to celebrate this amazing soul who did so much for us, for our society, who was preaching so much, who gave us an example till the very last breath with all he did. He was so committed to the mission. I don't know if all of you heard it yet, but his last word was mission. So he was so committed, so dedicated to the mission, and so exemplary in this way. And at the same time, so we're celebrating Maharaj here. At the same time, it's such a sad days to bear his presence on earth. And I feel like I'm forced by Krishna's mercy to rise above material conception, rise above to my bodily attachment, and take shelter in his instructions, in Srila Prabhupada's instructions, in the chanting of the holy name, in following the principles. And accept that I am so fortunate, that we are so fortunate. Maharaj was always a person who brought us together. He asked us, he encouraged us.
eating it in front of me. And I was like, where's my cheese? And they're like, you're not traveling, Padma. You can have as much Nimbin cheese as you like. We're leaving. And they just kept on eating. Very sweet. So many sweet memories. And we will have more programs. We will have to have more programs to share our memories and to share our realizations and glorification of Maharaj. That's the one good thing about social media. Like from Thursday until now, every second post is about Guru Maharaj. Somebody offering their realization, somebody offering their relationship with Maharaj. It's really sweet. That's the good thing about it. So let's keep on doing that, and let's make him known to the world. I know that many of my friends in Holland, they know him because of me, because of what I post about him. Even that, one time when I went back the first time to Holland, 8 years after I joined, and I took my friends to Rath Yatra in Amsterdam. So I was in saffron, and they were in their whatever T-shirts they were wearing. And some of my friends are very critical kind of people. But he spent time with them, and he was talking to them and asking them, and they loved him. He was so able to connect with people of all kind of backgrounds. So, we're going to bring this sharing component to an end. Sorry. Because we're closing the temple at 1, right?
We can leave it open all day, no problem.
Really? Okay, Achita. Thank you. Thank you. I thought it was closing, but let's do a few more.
Maharaj like to push the boundaries sometimes, so I appreciate it. So there's a bit of a theme I found with the Vaishnavis that have shared, and also what Pratapana mentioned, that my Guru Maharaj had a way of encouraging the Vaishnavis in devotional service, and also in their personal lives as well, in a way that would bring them closer to Krishna. And further to that, I've been asked a few questions about what did Maharaj talk about in Vrindavan. What were the things that he was saying, because I was there with him for some time. And so I thought I'd quickly summarize them, just because this is what was on his mind. It came up many times and also came up in my private darshans with him. So the consideration of the Vaishnavis. Actually, at his final procession, when he came out for the Samadhi procession, the first disciples that took his darshan were his female disciples. They were all lined up along the way and got to make offerings to him. He arranged that. And further to that, he also had this bag of tissues, the little tissue packets that he used to carry around. He had a whole bag of them, and he blessed them, and he prepared them to be distributed to all the female disciples prior to him coming out. So he would protect us, he would guide us towards Krishna. When I was a brahmacharini, often he would visit Melbourne Temple, and if there was anybody hassling me, he would know without me even telling him, and he would have this way of putting himself between me and that person, and then making a point of annoying that person as well. He was interesting like this. He would encourage his female disciples to worship his Giriraj, and also that encouraged the development of Brahminical qualities. He made that really a really prominent focus for him and his female disciples. In Cape Town, Vyasa Puja in 2017, he spoke of how the Vaishnavis very simply devote themselves to Krishna. And at that time, all the Matajis in the room were just staring at the deities, and all the boys were just staring at him. And he's like making a point here. And this reminds me of Kunti Devi's prayers in Bhagavatam and Prabhupada's purport, where Prabhupada says, "Women are blessed by the Lord because they believe at once in the superiority and almightiness of the Lord, and thus they offer obeisances without reservation." And years ago in Vrindavan, he used to talk about this temple, opening up a temple in Vrindavan for Radha and Krishna, but for the Astasakis as well, and that all the pujaris would be female. Revolutionary. So in Vrindavan on the 10th of December last year, he said that ISKCON has been governed by the male aspect up until this point, and now is going to be governed by more of the female aspect, and then went on to talk about devotee care and how important devotee care is, also amongst his disciples. He said, we may need the help of our friends as much as possible. We are a community. We then discussed Sadachar, Vaishnava etiquette. This was also closely linked to the thread of devotee care and how it's a pillar of how we approach one another. So that he said that when we take up devotional service to Krishna, all of our debts to our forefathers and the demigods are removed, except for one, the debt to the Vaishnavas. All the Vaishnavas in the Sankirtan movement. In Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan Leela, we owe a debt to, because they're spreading the holy name. He said, we should behave like saintly persons, offer respect to all the Vaishnavas, especially senior Vaishnavas. We should dadati pradigrahati, you can correct my Sanskrit, to give and receive. Gradually, we have to learn what sadhu sangha is, how to associate with devotees. Amongst my disciples, I hope that we can do that and make a real positive community. That would be nice. I think especially considering the current circumstances of me not being in good health, even more so. And the Brahminical qualities he emphasized were equipoised, sense-controlled, and ready to take austerities in devotional service. In our last meeting, we discussed his books and all the research and the future of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. He says this is his legacy. In his last meeting, the Japataka Maharaj asked him, what service could I offer you to Gurudev? And Gurudev said, the entire world needs to know about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You need to open up a university, a Gaudiya Vaishnava university in Mayapur. And with his books, they can fill the university and so much more literature. There's so much more literature that actually hasn't even been catalogued yet coming out of Oxford University that speaks of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. So he said in Vrindavan, he said that when the spiritual master leaves, we continue on. We can dedicate ourselves to what he wanted. And in doing so, we grow. And in doing so, we find that our relationship is becoming deeper and stronger than it ever was when he was physically present. Kadamba Kanana Maharaj ki.
Thank you, Achitan. Is there anybody else who has a heartfelt desire to share about Maharaj? Oh, Prabhu? I was hoping that you would be here, and I was hoping that you would be willing to share. Sundananda Gopal Prabhu. Shiva, do you see Prem there somewhere?
Hare Krishna. So I met Maharaj around 1996 and in South Africa, and the first time I saw him, he spoke, I can't remember, maybe 90 minutes at the minimum, but maybe 3 hours about Srila Prabhupada, non-stop. And recently I found out that at that time he was involved in building Srila Prabhupada's Pushpa Samadhi and so forth. So Srila Prabhupada was foremost in his mind and he was just speaking his heart out. And then I had a lot of association with him in South Africa, but here in Australia, he gave me a few instructions. I would like to share that because the spiritual master's instructions are for all. The first instruction he gave me was, he noticed that I was a bit late in the morning programs, so he very sweetly chastised me about the importance of coming on time at 4:30. And then one time he encouraged me in my chanting and he said, actually he was in the car park and he wasn't well, so I took him to the one doctor in Chatswood. And then when he came back, he told me, actually, I don't tell anybody else, but I'm chanting 32 rounds every day. So to encourage me, he shared that. And there were many other instructions, but I'll speak about the importance of sadhu sangha. So he shared with me that when he just came to Krishna consciousness, he was serving in Europe, and he was always going to devotees with this finger up like this. Srila Prabhupada didn't say to do it that way. Srila Prabhupada doesn't want it done that way. And he used to always say that. And then finally, he was removed from the temple, or he was out of the association of devotees. And that's when he really appreciated the importance of the association of devotees. And he gave me that instruction to instruct me how to be tolerant with all the devotees who are actually on the path to perfection. One of the greatest lessons I learned from Maharaj was when Maharaj had one devotee, his name was Dilip Naran. He was aspiring to become Maharaj's disciple, and then he used to talk to me every day. Now, Dilip Naran, he had a siddhi. That siddhi was he can find anybody's phone number anywhere in the world. He could find out. And so he used to phone me all the time, every day, sometimes twice a day. He's phoned many other devotees in the room here and those who are not here as well. And many devotees took offense and became irritated because, you know, he'd phone at any time, all the time. So I used to, I requested him to make a diary of his japa and give it to Maharaj, and his diary of his reading Bhagavatam, give it to Maharaj so that Maharaj will initiate him based on that, on the record, you know. So then he was initiated, and he was named Dharmananda Prabhu. He moved to Adelaide because I heard that his wife used to beat him up. Anyway, we're close friends. I actually visited Dharmananda Prabhu in Adelaide. And then, you know, when he just got initiated, I mentioned to Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, no offense is meant to anybody here, but the facts are the facts. I said that the temple leaders in Sydney and in other temples, they're laughing. How could you initiate a crazy guy like Dharmananda? They were making jokes. So he told me, he said, actually, not everybody is going to be an elevated, perfect devotee. But Lord Chaitanya came to save the most fallen. And for Dharmananda Prabhu, he's got his little altar. He reads Bhagavatam and he chants Hare Krishna. And that's enough for him to go back to Godhead. Yeah. So this shows the great compassion and the Pandita Samadarshina quality that Maharaj was a real representative of Lord Chaitanya's great mercy on the most fallen. So if we have time, I wrote a letter to Maharaj on August the 31st. to say goodbye. Long before, so many months before, but I thought I should say my goodbye while Maharaj is still, able to receive letters and not so busy. It's a short letter, please tolerate me. My dear Kadamba Kanana Swami Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Since I first saw and heard you speak at the Durban Rath Yatra about Srila Prabhupada for over 90 minutes, over 25 years ago, you have been my hero in Krishna consciousness. I like your style. You are one of the most intelligent, sharp-witted persons I have met, and you are the most humble and most simple too. Hero means everything you do, chanting, kirtan, katha, interaction with devotees, management seva, everything you do is perfect and adorable to me. I'm very fortunate that you have kindly, mercifully seated yourself in my heart. And I'm very fortunate that you shared with me pastimes of your early days in ISKCON, your time residing as a Grihastha in Vrindavan, etc. It was educational and motivating. You have endured a great marathon with a single focus, the real welfare of the world. Now I watch you from the sidelines, my cheering eyes elated as you take that victory lap, smiling. And even though there is a tear in my heart, I share your jubilation as you approach your next service to Krishna. I'm certain that you must also be feeling some sadness at leaving the devotees here. Gurudeva, how can I be of service to you? Now, I know you are helping some devotees preach in townships in South Africa. If it pleases you, my son Karthik and I are happy to try and help them. Please give them our contact numbers. Dearest Maharaj, thank you very much. Prati janme kori asha charanera duli. Narottamne daya karo apanara boli. I know love is a big thing that I know nothing of, but I think I have always loved you. Please call me to join you in Krishna Seva wherever you are going. Your grateful servant, sincerely, Sundar Nanda Gopal Das, until we meet again. Hare Krishna.
His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami Guru Maharaj Ki. Thank you so much, Sundar Nanda Gopal. We'll close the sharing with that. Like I said, we'll have more time in the car park while we're taking prasadam to hear from each other. So the program from now will be, we will have Pushpanjali led by Radharaman Prabhu. Then we'll have Guru Puja led by Manumayi Mataji. And I suggest that after we do the Guru Puja, we turn to Srila Prabhupada and Radha Gopinath and finish with a grand kirtan. And then we'll go out of the temple and we'll have a great prasadam feast served. One thing I want to mention, we made a great prasadam feast. We organized this day. Please, if you can, make a contribution to the day. There will be a donation box. There will also be FPOS available if you want to make a card payment. Any excess Lakshmi that will be there will be given to the Kadamba Foundation, which is a newfound charity, which will keep on producing books, will keep on putting high-quality lectures and kirtans on YouTube, and will facilitate also the preaching in countries like Africa where they are struggling with funds. So please make a contribution and then honor prasadam and enjoy each other's company. Thank you so much. If we can all come forward, we have flower petals, I believe. So one of the Matajis will hand out flower petals. So also, the next Friday, the 17th of March, which is actually St. Patrick's Day, so Sydney will be in a festive mood. There will be a memorial Harinam for Kadamba Kanana Swami in the city. This will start at 6:30 at Woolworths Town Hall. So at Woolworths Town Hall at 6:30, big Maha Harinam for Kadamba Kanana Swami this coming Friday. Then in about 1 month, I think it's the 15th of April, we will have Vyasa Puja in this temple. We will announce that. So please come close so that you can throw your flower petals at Maharaj. So Radharaman Prabhu will lead to the Pushpanjali, and then we will have the Kirtan by Manamayi. Please come closer.
Please come closer, and we will offer the flowers 3 times. So when you get the flowers, save some for the second and third time. Please repeat after me. Okay, we'll wait a couple of minutes. Okay, let's start. So please repeat. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Dhyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Yutapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati iti namine Shri Vishbhanu Devi Daitaya Kripa Bhajyaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojjvala Premadhyaya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vairagya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Deentarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dvanta Dharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Shakshat Vairagya मूर्तये विप्रलम्बा रसाम्बोधे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगा वरायते गौरविर्भावा भूमेश त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जना प्रिया वैष्णवा सर्वभौमा श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पा तरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महा वदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरा तुषे नमः। पंचतत्वकं कृष्णं भक्ता रूपा स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्त शक्तिकं। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। जायतं सुरतो पंगोर ममा मंदा मतेर्गति मत्सर्वेशा पादाम्बुजो राधा मदन मोहनो दिव्याद वृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुमदा श्रीमद् रत्नांगरा सिंहासनास्थो श्रीमद् राधा श्रीला गोविंद देवो पृष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमन् राधा रसराम्भि वंशीवटा तटस्थिता कर्शन वेणु स्वनेर गोपीर गोपीनाथा श्रेष्ठुता तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वांछा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गुरुदास जय द्वैत स्वामिन इति नामिने। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते कदम्ब कानन स्वामिन इति नामिने। गौर कृपामृतम प्राप्तो व्रजे मायापुरे पिया प्रभुपाद प्रियो लोकं पायायति अनिवारितम एषा पुष्पांजलि। His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami Maharaj की जय। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते कदम कानन स्वामिन इति नामिने गौरकृपामृतं प्राप्तो व्रजे मायापुरे पिया प्रभुपाद प्रियो लोकम पायायति अनिवारितम ऐशा पुष्पांजलि His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami Maharaj ki jai. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Kadamba Kanana Swami Iti Namine Gaur Kripamritam Prapto Vraje Mayapure Piya प्रभुपाद प्रियो लोकम पायायति अनिवारितम ऐशा पुष्पांजलि His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you, everybody. Stay more or less where you are. We're going to do Guru Puja. Before we do Guru Puja, I would like to thank a few people. I would like somebody to get Hemanga Chaitanya into the temple room, wherever he is, whatever he's doing. No. He's going to get, okay. Okay. Haribol. I would like to thank, as a representative of the God family, for his dedication, for his enthusiasm to organize, for his staunch. Last night, Hemanga and I were arguing whether or not we should have the festival for everybody or just for the disciples and the friends and well-wishers, which was my position, I have to be honest. I wanted it to be intimate and close. Hemanga said, no, the temple is an open place. Guru Maharaj is for everybody. It is open. I gladly accepted that, and I'm very grateful that we did. It's been a wonderful memorial festival. It's been incredibly sweet. And I would like to thank Hemanga for basically heading up this program with the help of others. So a big hand of applause for Hemanga Chaitanya Prabhu. And then even a louder Haribol and clap of hands for the cooks in the kitchen who are headed up by Divya Mataji, who have been cooking for days, preparing for days. Who else was there? Mohit and Divya. They have definitely spent hours and hours and hours preparing a wonderful feast with a lot of help, but it wouldn't have been done without them. So give them a really loud hand of applause. We would like to thank, on behalf of Sydney Temple, Ganesham Prabhu for very quickly and easily making the temple available. Thank you. It's been a wonderful coming together of Vaishnavas from all backgrounds, all cultures, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Haribol. Manamayi, Mataji. You need to stand.
Samsara dava nalinida loka Taranaya karunya gana ganatva Kalyana Gunaravasya Vande Guru Shri Charanara Vendam Rasa Kalyana Naravasya नयन सोर सेना रोमांच कंपा सुतरंग भाजो वांदे गुरु श्री चरणारविंदम कंपा सुतरंग भाजो वांदे गुरु श्री श्री विग्रह आराधन नित्य नाना श्रृंगारतान मंदिर मृदनादो युक्तस्य भक्तं सा नित्युत्तुजो पेवादे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदा वादे गुरो चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत् प्रसादा स्वादन तृप्तन हरि भक्त सांगा तद्देव तृप्तं भजत सदेवा वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदा माधुर्य लीला गुण रूप नामना श्री कृष्ण वंदना लोलुपाच्या वंदे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदा निकुंजयो नारद गेले से दाई याली भीर युक्ति अप्लिकेशनिया रात्राती दक्षतती वल्लभाच्या वंदे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदा दक्षदत्ती वेन समस्त शास्त्रे युक्तस्तथा भव्यता एव साधे युक्तस्तथा किन्तु प्रभो या प्रिय एव तास्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदा वन्दे गुरो श्री यस्य प्रसाद भगवत् प्रसादो यस्य प्रसाद न गति कुतोपि व्यासुस्तवमस्तस्य यस्य त्रिसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदा वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदा वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदा वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदा विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिने विष्णुपदाय नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Nitai Gauranga Hari Bol सच्चिदानंद गौर हरे जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरे निताय गौरांग हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरांग हरि बोल जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरे जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरे जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya. Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya. Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya. Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya. Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya. Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Shila Kadamba Kanana Swami Maharaj ki. Vaishnav Thakur Shila Kadamba Kanana Maharaj ki. His Divine Grace Shila Kadamba Kanana Maharaj ki. Jai Shila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajacharya Astotrasasta Shri Srimad Goswami Maharaj Abhaichana Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त विंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय श्री श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय नीलाचल जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय जमुना महारानी की जय तुलसी महारानी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय सावेद भक्त विंद की जय श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ मंदिर की जय all glories to assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Would you like to read the singers, please?
Not a singer.
The singer their prayers? Yeah? Krishna?
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadayini. Hiranyakasipurvaksahai. Silatankana kalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimhai. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimhai. Hey, yato yato yami tato Narsimhai. Yato yato yami tato Narsimhai. Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha. Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha. Narasimha Madhim Saranam Papade. Narasimha Madhim Saranam Papade. Tavakara Kamala Bare Nakam Adbhuta Sringa Darita Hiranyakasipu Tanu Bringa Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Avakara Kamala Bare Nakam Adbhuta Sringa Darita Hiranyakasipu Tanu Bringa Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Narsimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jai Narasimhadev Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol, Nitai Gora, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय भक्ति विघ्न विनाशकारी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज की, जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि।
Thank you, everybody. Now, I guess it's time for Prasadam. So you can leave the temple room from that exit, and the prasadam will be served. And then you find a place in the car park or inside, wherever you like. Please, if you can, make a contribution to the feast. If anybody only has card, come and see me, and we can make a card payment. Thank you. Hare Krishna. In the middle of April, Vyasa Puja in this temple. Announcement on the Sydney website, social media.